Hey everybody, John here from No Joke NHL. Today is Monday, April the 16th. We had 4 games yesterday on the card. You were able to watch all of them individually, no overlapping games. So unless you had a life and yard work to do, you should have gotten caught up on all your hockey information going so far. But let's quickly go over the games from yesterday. Nashville taking the opener. The early matinee, 12 noon Eastern. They beat the Red Wings 3-2. Pretty tight game overall. Red Wings had a goal. Disallowed. Actually wasn't a goal. It did not cross the line before the end of the second period, so it did not count. Would have definitely made a big difference moving forward, but the period ended 2-1 Nashville. Nashville pretty much playing in protect mode most of the third period. Got a big break within the last 4 or 5 minutes and take it down and put it in. Kostitsyn puts it in to put the game pretty much away, 3-1. Of course, Red Wings pretty crafty at trying to generate chances and get a goal, a nice goal with 59 seconds left, and but they couldn't put enough pressure to get past Rene to send the game to overtime. So now Nashville leading this series 2-1. They re-snatch home ice advantage from the Red Wings. Not that seems to be mattering much, as both teams have taken a game on each other's ice. But nonetheless, the Panthers move closer to closing out this series, needing 2 victories in the final 4 games versus 3 for the Red Wings. I have 3 series plays on Nashville. I did not take them yesterday individually. I have Nashville to win the series at -115. I bought them in 5 games at 6-1, and I bought them in 6 games at 550, plus 550. So I'm definitely watching that with interest, and I'm definitely going to be looking forward to Game 4 tomorrow night in Detroit. The next game, Flyers-Pittsburgh. Wow, this is just a crazy series, and now it's just getting really ugly. I mean, in the beginning of the series, I thought the key was going to be that Pittsburgh was going to be able to use their skill sets more, and the Flyers are going to be forced into intimidation, which would fall into the hands of Pittsburgh. And what I really meant to say was that Flyers' skill sets were going to set the tone, and then Pittsburgh was going to get ugly and fall right into the trap of the Flyers. This is just a complete role reversal from what I saw going into this series and what the records for both teams indicated closing out the season. Flyers are in big-time control here. We're probably going to see some suspensions. Just like I said, ugly, sideshow to this game. 38 penalties called in this game, 3 ejections, and like I said, I'm sure Shanahan's going to be handing down some suspensions. But this is all pretty much well and done. How good the Flyers are, nobody really knows. I mean, they certainly are, playing brilliantly on offense. But is it Andre Fleury, being a Bush League goaltender? I kind of figured if the championship was going to go through Pittsburgh, it definitely had to go through Fleury, and he's been awful. But so's Brizgalov. I mean, I'm sorry, if you're giving up 4 goals a game in the playoffs, you're going to have a short life. So they're getting a lucky break here that they can allow that many goals and scoring chances and still come out on top. But in the long run, that's going to catch up to you. So I look for this series to end. Maybe not in Game 4, but I certainly don't see a run of 4 games straight by the Penguins in any stretch of the imagination, unless they somehow sign some new players. And I'm being facetious because you can't. The third game yesterday, another complete role reversal from what we saw Friday night. The Devils, listless for first 2 periods of this game. They outshot. They put 23 shots on the board in period 1 Friday night. They put 4 up last night, and I can't really say it was the Panthers' dominant defense that made them do this. I wasn't able to watch this game. I was on the road driving to Philadelphia, but I listened to it on Sirius. And it just sounded, like I said, there was really not much call, not much excitement in the guy's voice. There wasn't many scoring chances either way. Devils come out in the third period with their backs against the wall, make it interesting. 2 quick tallies early to make it a game. but basically Panthers get a late second goal to make it 4-2, and actually blow the total for everybody that was playing unders. And again, if you're playing unders, especially under 5, I mean, yes, you're going to cash a couple of these. So far, you've cashed 3 so far, but there's been 18 games, so not really a great strategy. I'm not a big fan of laying over 5 and laying minus 140, minus 135 on the over 5. With the safety of the thing. So I mean, if you can, get to one of the, use one of the outs that has adjusted lines where you can get, if you think it's going to go over 5, play it over the 5.5 and get that positive juice instead of, just caving for the push. A lot of games do fall right on that 5 during playoff season, but, like I said, in the long run, those pushes don't bring you anything. And like I said, a loss is a loss. And a win with juice is not exactly a full win either. So, like I said, if you really like the over in a game, take, like I said, my recommendation today, take a little chance and take it over 5.5. The nightcap last night, Vancouver and Los Angeles, tight affair with Dustin Brown, the Vancouver killer, getting a late goal to propel the Kings to a 3-0 series lead. And again, congrats to everybody that were on the Kings. I know Todd Fuhrman at Caesars was saying that they have a lot of liability to the Kings, so they're not too happy with what's going on right now. But Vancouver is really up against it right now. Like I said, again, to run off 4 straight 3 times in the last 50 years in hockey, so not something that occurs often. And I really think, Corey Schneider was outstanding, but I didn't think Luongo was the problem, frankly. It's their power play, which is still being kept out of the net, and they've given up the shorties. So I think it's special teams play. I think they're really missing Daniel Sedin. They were able to overcome some teams in the regular season at the end, but the Kings have been able to exploit that, and they hold a commanding 3-game lead. 3 games on the card tonight, and I like the following. I like in the Ottawa-New York Rangers series, I do like the Ottawa Senators here. I'm not crazy about taking even on them. If I could get plus money, I'd probably be more apt to take them. But the one play that I do like is I do like the over here. I'm looking at an over 5 minus 140. Like I said, if you can get to an out that offers alternative lines, by the over 5.5, you're going to get plus 140 at over 5.5. But I do see the teams scoring here. One of the reasons why I like Ottawa is not because they won Game 2 in overtime. They were able to flip a little switch. The Rangers went up early in Game 1, and Ottawa basically put a ton of pressure on Lundqvist. Tortorella called a timeout, and the Rangers put 3 quick goals on the board, go up 4-0, and Senators roar back and make that first game 4-2. The second game was pretty much neck and neck the whole way, with Ottawa taking it, and now we have Hagelin out for Game 3. Daniel Alfredsson tweeted this morning he is on the ice, so I'm looking for him to play. Rangers fans, I'm getting the impression Rangers fans, a lot of sour grapes towards Shanahan as far as the 3-game suspension and all that stuff. So hopefully, if you're a Rangers backer, it's the Rangers players that aren't acting like most of their fans on Twitter, because most of the fans on Twitter are groaning like sour grapes. The other thing about Ottawa that I like here, as a home underdog, the last 40 games of the season, 6 times they were home underdogs. They came out on top 4 of those 6, including wins against these New York Rangers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. They also beat Nashville and they beat Philadelphia. So they've beaten some quality teams as underdogs on their home ice, and tonight should be no exception. So I'm going to take Ottawa at even, hopefully maybe get some plus money, but I'm not sure if Rangers money is going to come in here. I think this line is going to be pretty solid. Rangers as a slight favorite, minus 120. Like I said, we may be able to get plus 105, something like that. Really isn't going to make much difference, but I do like Ottawa here. I may take a small flyer on Ottawa at minus 1.5, because I do see this, like I said, as a high-scoring game, or kind of a free-form type of game. So I do like Ottawa. I'm probably going to buy them at -1.5 as well. Small play. I'm not going to go full unit on that, and I'm not going to make it official. I'm just telling you what I'm personally going to do. So I like Ottawa in this game tonight, and I like the over. The other two games, Boston, Washington, I'm going to watch this one with interest. Capitals are +110 on home ice. Boston -130. Boston on the puck line +250. But this series super tight. I don't really see anybody busting out a major win here. Possible puck line cover, but if it is, it's going to be 2-0, 3-1, something along those lines. I really don't see them opening up, so I'm not going to recommend a total. Like I said, I think betting under 5 is suicide, but you make your own call. This is a very tight series, and I don't see the style changing. I think Capitals playing a defensive style first, and they do have the talent to put the puck in the back of the net should the Bruins make some mistakes. Same for the Bruins. I'm not saying the Capitals are dominating here. They're just dominating in the price factor, being the big underdog here and going toe-to-toe with the Bruins. And then San Jose and St. Louis get off tonight in San Jose. Sharks, also the -125 favorite. You can get Blues at +105. I'm not going to lay anything in this matchup here. The under here, under 5, -145. Like I said, you really need your head examined, even though I believe Elliott and Niemi are going to keep the pucks out of the net. But I guess if you really like to sweat for a full 60 minutes, then the under 5 at -145 is the way to go if that's your drug of choice. But I'm going to lay off this. I'm going to watch with interest with the Blues. I have the Blues for the series in 5 games, and I have them in the series in 6 games. So I am looking for them to sweep the table here in San Jose and come back and wrap it up in Game 5. And if they can't do that, I'm looking for them to finish off San Jose in Game 6. But we will see. The series has been pretty tight. Halak probably most likely will not start tonight. They're going to go with Elliott, which if you're a St. Louis backer, you really don't care. Matter of fact, you may even like Elliott a little better. He has a lower GAA than Yaroslav Halak. Niemi's been solid, so goals are going to be at a premium, but like I said, -145 is nuts. All right, so feel free to ask me any questions on Twitter. Tell your friends. Pass the videos around. Let me know what you think of the video. I'm back in my studio today. Nobody's eating breakfast here on the weekend. A little tough. So hopefully we get back to winning. And some great hockey so far. See you guys tomorrow.